Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is another Wednesday, and it's just, folks, it is just one of those days. It is just one of those days. The weather is cold out. It's very cold everywhere. And at least here in the northern hemisphere it's cold. I'm sure you're having summer there in Australia and parts south. But here in the good old US of A, it's frozen solid everywhere. It's just so cold. And I had an awful day yesterday. People on Facebook being rude to me, very inexcusably rude, and making assumptions about me. And I just didn't like it, and I took a bad trip down memory lane. They reminded me of things that really upset me in the past. And they forced me down this trip down memory lane because of their ignorance. And they put me through hell, and I remembered all the bad things, and it really traumatized me. You know, I sort of had like a PTSD attack, and it was bad. And this has not been the best couple of days. I did have my advising session on Monday, and the woman I spoke with was very nice. She was so much nicer than the person that was rude to me at registration. The person that was rude to me at registration, forgotten. The person at advising was so nice, and she was so kind. I really liked her. And I finally made up my mind that I would go to the school because of her. But I know that not everyone is like her. I'm going to meet some bad eggs along the way. But there's bad eggs everywhere you go, so there's not really no avoiding them. But I really liked this advisor. She was really nice, super nice. She went above and beyond the call of duty. In fact, she rushed out of her office to track me down to let me know a class I needed to take. And so I'm really grateful to her, and I'm really glad that I met her. And I wrote to her and said she was great, and I put in a kind word about her. I complimented her to the dean. I wrote the dean and put in a kind word for her. I hope it's the right person. She didn't tell me her last name, see. But there's only one Shannon that's an academic advisor. So Shannon, if you're watching, which you're not, but if you are, thank you. And she was real kind. She was really nice. There was I had a rough couple of days yesterday and today. It was real cold out today, and it was cold yesterday, and I couldn't go anywhere. And apparently other people couldn't go anywhere because they had nothing better to do than to be nasty. But I've forgotten the rude people already, and better to forget than to forgive, right? Forgiveness is a pain in the neck, and it's hard on the person who's the victim. It puts all the burden and stress and strain on the victim and makes them victimized twice. And it also puts the blame on them for what happened to them. Like if the burden's on you to forgive. So forgiveness is a heavy burden, but some people it lightens their load. It all depends on the person and how they feel about forgiveness and how they react to it. I don't react well to forgiveness because I do forgive, some people, but others really need to learn their lessons. So I'm very selective. I'm selective about who I choose to forgive. And yeah, it's been a rough couple of days, and people just don't understand when they haven't gone through something themselves. You know, maybe they're neophyte souls, new souls, and they come from somewhere better than here, and they don't know any better, and they just attack because it's based upon their higher principles, what they believe and what they think should be right, instead of survival minded, what needs to be done. So yeah, people judging, people being rude, and neophyte souls being rude, because they're not perfect either, and they're not fit to judge. But I had a rough couple of days, but the day before that, Monday was a good day for me, and I didn't have any problems with this academic advisor. She was really nice. Okay, so the subject of today's video is Angels Day. And this year, it's kind of divided up because Angels Day goes with Galaxy Center Day. But Galaxy Center Day falls on the same day as my next video. It falls on the same day. So my next video will be on Galaxy Center Day. So today I'm just going to concentrate on Angels Day. But the two of them go together because they're one day after the other. Angels Day is December 17th. And some of you may or may not know that that's my grandmother's birthday. And it's the old Galaxy Center Day. So it was the Galaxy Center Day about 100 to 120 years ago. It was Galaxy Center Day. And today, nowadays, it is Angels Day. So what is Angels Day and Galaxy Center Day, and why should I observe them? Well, Angels Day celebrates all angels, great and small, great, small, pequeño, celebrates angels. And what are angels? Well, angels is another way of saying souls, but angels, as we know, are liberated from physical bodies. So souls that are liberated from their physical bodies, and even souls that are in their physical bodies, are angels. So angels are basically all souls. All souls are angels. And I'm an angel, you're an angel, everyone else is an angel, everybody's an angel. And why do I think that people are all angels? Aren't people bad? Well, as we know, there are good angels and bad angels, and everything in between angels, gray angels. And so there's all sorts of different souls, and there's all sorts of different angels, and some are good, some are bad, but we ought to at least acknowledge and not ignore that angels are not a separate class from human beings. God didn't create certain classes of humans, classes of angels. She didn't create certain classes or categories of soul that are different from each other. And she didn't create angels with no free will to serve mankind. That is a fantasy of men that imagine these angels ministering to them. They imagine these perfect beings swooping down and ministering to them and solving their feet and giving them a massage and feeding them candies and stuff. And they have these fantasies. That's where they got their idea of angels from. But there are spirits in the presence of Goddess that are unsullied and unaltered from their original state. And that's closest to what people think of when they think of angels. But we are angels too. And of course, people have heard of fallen angels and they think of devils and demons and things like that, of that nature. But, if there is such a thing as demons, which it's probably true that there are demons, they're not much different from us, except they're just more extreme, more sullied than us, and also they don't have bodies because they chose not to have bodies. Everyone had a choice to have a body, and they chose not to have bodies. So because they chose not to have bodies, they remain in their fallen state, and they don't get any better. They don't get any better. They don't improve because they're not forced to. They're not forced to live a human life or an animal life or any life where they could learn lessons. They don't have to learn any lessons. They just cause problems for others. And, they're pretty insane. They've lost their minds. They've lost their marbles. Because they've forgotten a lot of what came before they came into a fallen state. Their memories are wiped clean and they don't remember. So they're pretty insane there. They're pretty nuts, and wiping their memories didn't help with the nutsness of them. It may have helped some, it may have helped a little bit, but it didn't help very much. So there's not much they know. But they do cause problems for others because they're very, very sullied. And what do I mean by sullied? Well, it's like their spirits are dirtied, they're muddied, and there's chaos introduced into their souls. And as a result of this chaos, this disorder, and they also trend toward the bad. They prefer badness. They prefer evil. And so souls that prefer evil and prefer not to be in a human body and who are sullied and dirtied and chaotic, some people call them demons, and they think of themselves as demons. They do. They really do. They don't have any other concept, although some of them think that they're gods. They think they're God, and they think they're gods, and they think they're all-powerful, and, they're obsessed with Christian ideas, too, because of the Christian religion. They're obsessed with Satan and things like that, and they all say they're Satan, and each one of them thinks they're Satan, and they think they're God. They think they're it. And, not pleasant having to live with that. Most people do not have to live with that, although they may be under the influence of these demons. But people with diseases like schizophrenia hear voices, and they hear the voices of these demons, and causes them lots and lots of problems. It does. It really does. And it happened to me, and it's just not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. I mean, you can hear them chattering to each other in your head, and it's pretty darn scary. It is pretty darn scary, and they've got scary voices sometimes, like they're scary. They're very scary. But, even they are angels, and you can think of them as fallen angels if you like. All angels on earth that are earthbound angels are fallen angels. And basically Well, they didn't just fall from grace. They didn't just fall from grace. It wasn't that. They rejected Goddess and were banished to Earth to learn their lessons. And most of the souls that were earthbound chose to be born as human and to live a human incarnation and a human life and to learn lessons and to grow and to evolve and to become better beings and to return to a purified state. It's a purification process living this life on earth. So the angels, all angels everywhere, are celebrated on Angels' Day, and we honor those angels, even earthbound angels, even us. We honor all angels on that day. And I'll get a little more into Galaxy Center Day next video. It goes along with Angels' Day. It celebrates the white tiger, which is a very powerful angel in our galaxy. And Galaxy Center Day, in case you didn't know, it's the exact day that the sun comes between the Earth and the galaxy center, which is the Milky Way galaxy. The center of the Milky Way galaxy, sun and Earth are all aligned that day. So the sun is right in the center where Galaxy Center is on Galaxy Center Day. And when it crosses the galaxy center, that's the home of the white tiger, which is a super powerful angel. And white tiger is so powerful. White tiger can grant us boons. White tiger can do good things for us. White tiger can go in our favor. So I'll discuss that more. But Galaxy Center Day used to be December 17th. It keeps moving forward in time. So it goes from December 17th each year to December 18th each year within 120 or so years. And then in another 120 years, Galaxy Center Day will be on December 19th. It just keeps moving. But it's the precession of the equinoxes that causes that. And that's precession, in case you ever want to look it up. Precession of the equinoxes causes the galaxy center to move in relation to Earth. And it's all the Earth. It's because of the Earth's wobble. The Earth has a wobble. It wobbles on its axis every 25,000 years or so. It makes a circle. But the precession of the equinoxes and galaxy center changing, that happens. And right now it's December 18th. Some people think that Galaxy Center Day is December 21st. And they're obsessed with it. And they're not astronomers. I figured it out down to the wire. Now the galaxy center is pretty darn big. Okay, it's a wide swath of sky for the sun to cross. So what you want to do, if you want to figure out when Galaxy Center Day is, find the exact center of the galaxy, not a little to one side, not a little to the other side, but the exact center. And the last few days of December is when it crosses this when the sun crosses this patch of sky. The galaxy center is visible at other times of year, but not this time of year. You can't actually see the galaxy center on Galaxy Center Day because the sun is in the way. But trust me, it is December 18th. That is the correct day. They picked 21st because it coincides with the winter equinox, which they're obsessed with. And they're obsessed with the winter equinox because of the relation to Christianity. It's all connected. Christianity Winter Equinox, Galaxy Center. They sort of mushed them all together and made their own religion out of it. And then they're obsessed with 12, 21, 2001. They thought something big would happen. And we're making predictions like it was the ascension. The aliens were going to come and take everyone away. Yeah, or there would be a shift, like we would go into the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension includes time, so we're already in the fourth dimension. But they thought there would be a fourth dimensional shift, and that the Earth would move from the third dimension to the fourth dimension. It's already in the fourth dimension. It shows a little understanding of mathematics and what the fourth dimension actually is from a physics perspective. But that's coming up. Galaxy Center Day will be on the day of my next video, but today is December 17th is Angels Day. So this video is dedicated to Angels Day, and I hope you celebrate. Make angel-shaped cookies. I know that there's some angel cookie cutters available out there. Just get yourself some angel cookie cutters and make yourself angel-shaped cookies for Angels Day. If you like cookies, it is possible to make cookies that are free of butter and free of fat and free of lard. They don't cook like regular cookies, but they do get crisp enough to enjoy. You can make them out of pureed dried fruit. You rehydrate the fruit and you puree it like dates. Dates make a good base, and then you mix in the flour and maybe add some peanut butter or some nut butter, like almond butter, to the cookies, and then you roll them. It's just for a little fat to make them crisp, and you roll them out, cut them out, and cook them longer. You don't cook them for like 10 minutes. You keep watching them to make sure they don't burn, but they don't cook as fast because they don't have a lot of fat in them. So they take a little longer to cook, a little longer to get crisp. Anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes would probably be the maximum for the cookies. But just watch them. And you can make healthy cookies, or if you prefer traditional cookies, go ahead and go to the store and buy some cookie dough. I have no objections. It's a holiday, so you can do whatever you want on a holiday. Usually I try to stay vegan on holidays. But you can do whatever you want, whatever you prefer on a holiday. And just celebrate with your kids. Tell them about the Angels Day and how they're all angels, and how the angels are watching over us that are not in the body. They're watching over us. And for the day after for Galaxy Center Day, make tiger-shaped cookies. And there are some cat cookie cutters and some lion and tiger cookie cutters you could get. Make a tiger face on it and give it stripes with some frosting, and have tiger cookies. I know you like tiger cookies. Everybody likes tiger cookies. For the white tiger. Remember, it's a white tiger, not an orange tiger. You can go wild and make orange tiger cookies, but it is a white tiger, so just bear that in mind. It makes it easier because then you don't have to frost the whole cookie in orange. You can just leave the cookie white and give it black stripes, and then it'll be a white tiger. But go ahead and celebrate this holiday. It is the prelude to Modrinicht, which is the holiest day of the year, Modrinicht. Just because it coincides with Christmas Eve doesn't mean that we can't celebrate. We're not going to let them steal our holidays. We're going to reclaim our pagan holidays and celebrate Modrinicht in style and celebrate the crone. That is who we celebrate, the crone goddess. And if you don't like the crone, too bad. Guess what? We're all going to be crones someday. We're all going to be crones. And not only are we all going to be crones, but also the goddess is a crone in her current form. That is her current state, is crone, because she's evolved throughout her time, and her time is cyclical, so the crone coexists and coincides at the same time as the maiden and the mother. But she's all three. She's maiden, mother, and crone, but crone is her current state. And it's not just at this time of year. She's always the crone, because she's gotten to the point where she's used to us, and she's used to our tricks, and she's used to old tricks that we're up to, and she knows us very well. And so she's become the crone because of this. And she's very mature and very wise. And she knows everything. She knows all about us, and she knows all our tricks. And she's wise to us. And maybe she's a little bit more of a disciplinarian, more strict. But we need to respect the crone, and we need to celebrate the crone and the wonderful crones that will become someday. So honor the crone. Honor the crone on Modrinicht, December 24th, in case you were wondering. And we're getting there. We're getting there a week at a time. It's just a couple of weeks away. And Galaxy Center Day is just a week away. And Angel's Day is 6 days away. So we're getting there. We're getting to the holidays. So have a great time. Enjoy your holidays. And I'll see you next time.